You're listening to Radigan's Rockcast, a series focused on talking about music from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and even current. Now, here's your host, Tom Radigan.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Radigan's Rockcast. I am, of course, your host, Tom Radigan. Always, as in always, for the music fans, thank you whether you are listening to this on Amazon, Spotify, Castos, Anchor, wherever you are on, I am glad you are on. Oh, and also YouTube. How can I forget that? Okay, so, we are, deep into the Maroon 5 album series at this point. We've already gone over 5 of their albums, even, of course, discussed the live album, too. And at this point, Maroon 5 has had albums out on the charts for 15 years at this point. So in 2017, in November, they released their 6th album, which was Red Pill Blues, and this time with 7 guys at this point, so PJ Morton, of course, was already been with them on Overexposed and V. Now we have Sam Farrar, who is now on an official member, who was a tour member already. And, of course, we've got Mickey Madden, Adam Levine, James Valentine, Matt Flynn, and Jesse Carmichael still. Let's dive into the album Red Pill Blues. Now, when I heard about this album, I wasn't listening to Maroon 5 for a while. And when I heard it, I was like, oh wow, this is what happened to them, And the album title was based off of course, The Matrix and all that. But, the album, I think, Maroon 5, I will say, does a good job at blending with the times. And you could even tell in the album cover with it just being Snapchat filters. But have we really come to that, just creating an artwork for an album that's just as simple that anybody can create at this point, I just feel like it's not as spontaneous anything with the album cover, and that's even how I feel about this album in general. It's so bland, and none of the songs are catchy at all. They're just like, there's barely any songs. And when, there was the main singles on this album, Don't Wanna Know, which was released a year before, What Lovers Do, Wait, Girls Like You. And when you hear a song like What Lovers Do, you think, this is the same group that did This Love? And then when you hear a song like Girls Like You, you're like, this was the same group that did She Will Be Loved? I mean, it's, but before we really dive into the songs, let's go into the track order. So we have Best For You, and that's really unforgettable and all that. That's really, not unforgettable. You can't, honestly, I am so baffled at this point that I can't even tell what unforgettable means, because this album is too over my head of not knowing what the hell to even say that's positive about this album. I really had to think hard of what was positive, because a lot of these songs are forgettable, yes, nothing unforgettable. Best For You, it's just like, it doesn't work. And this is where my problem is. This is where it's really getting overproduced, and this is where it doesn't feel like an album anymore. They just feel like they're just recording songs with different artists, and then, playing a hit with them. And then, of course, having, they have to have like a rapper, a feature every time with another group, and it doesn't work, And at this point, of course, Maroon 5 was already popular. By the end of V, they had their song, Adam Levine collaborated on a song called Locked Away, and I remember hearing that and actually liking that, And then even hearing Don't Wanna Know, I thought it was okay, but, it wasn't great. And then when you hear the rest of this album, it's a real train wreck. And we'll go into What Lovers Do, and like I said, like What Lovers Do, this is the same group that did This Is Love. When you hear it, it's just the beat of it, just it doesn't, oh god. And I don't even really know who the person who is collaborating with. I don't know what she did after and all that stuff, but it's oh god, it's this like, it's like party music, but not good party music, And yeah, and then of course we got Wait, and I remember watching the music video for this when this came out, because the song was released a year later, even though of course it was already out on the album. And Wait, I remember thinking it was. I actually at the time honestly said I liked the song, but thinking about it, it's like it's nothing new. They're adding nothing new to the table. It's not really anything of a clever song that has a lot of production or interest in, or intelligent lyrics, and all that. Just bland and melody. I mean, and that's the thing too I've noticed in all these songs, is that they stay into one thing. None of these songs really go anywhere. Lips on You. Oh yeah, like that. I feel like was a chore to listen to. Just that's a song that really doesn't go anywhere. Bet My Heart. I mean, these are songs that sound similar, and they just, and Help Me Out. I mean, honestly, the only things I can remember on them, and the only thing that's memorable is the title of the song when they sing that. That's like the only thing it sounds like they're saying in that song, That's the only, there's really no hook. There's really nothing interesting. There's nothing, there's no new elements. There's nothing that's making you be like, oh yeah, this is just as good as the early stuff. And then we've got, Who Am I, which I can't even remember how that went, and it's like, and that's the point. It's like, I don't even care. That's the point. This album has songs that are just really like, just forgettable, and we've got Whiskey, which I will admit, which Whiskey is a little bit more of a highlight, I would say, a little bit more memorable and all that. Okay, we're seeing something there, but then we got Girls Like You, and it's like I said before too. Girls Like You is like, this is the same group that did She Will Be Loved. I mean, when you hear that song, it's like talking about songs that don't go anywhere. This song, like, there's nothing. It doesn't go anywhere. This honestly might be the worst Maroon 5 song, Honestly, just like the most, like poorly recorded. Doesn't make sense why they would do this. I, sort of surprised that, Adam Levine would even sing a song like this. It doesn't seem as creative anymore. It doesn't seem as passionate as Maroon 5 once was, with their songs. There was a reason why you listened to them. And, when I listened to a song like Wait, I was interested to see, like, what could they do and all that. And, I think I was forcing myself to like it in a sense. And, and I'm not going to lie, Wait does have somewhat of good melody, but, not as interesting, but, not as, like, highly recommended. It's like, it's so, the sound quality is just so over your ears, and it's just, why? And Girls Like You, don't get me started on the music video. The music video is just out of its world stupid. The music video. So the music video basically is just, the song doesn't go anywhere. The music video doesn't go anywhere. Adam Levine's just standing there with the band, and he's dancing around with all these female celebrities. So you see Camila Cabello, I think Cardi B, anybody who was big in 2018 and 2017, come on with that down. You even see Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things. And then, of course, you end it with Ellen DeGeneres in this weird happy dance, and all that. It makes no sense. It was cringy watching it, and the song is cringy. Even when there's this bridge part, it's even more cringy. Like, maybe I'm 641. Like, oh my god. It's like, really. It doesn't even make sense. Maybe I'm 6... Is he saying maybe it's 641? Maybe I'm 641? Either way, I don't know, and I don't care. That's the point, But I will say, the original album, because we have the deluxe, I'm talking about the deluxe version, so there's other songs on this, but the way the album ends on the original cut is Closure, and this is actually not a bad song to end it, and it actually has, no pun intended again, good closure, it's got this kind of, jazz jam at the end that I really like, and that really sticks well, and it works pretty well in it too, and it's probably one of the most highlighted songs, I would say, on the album. So I will give them that works. And then, of course, you got a few other songs that are okay, like Denim Jacket. I mean, Visions and Plastic Rose, alright. Don't Want to Know was the first single, really, that people knew, but, it wasn't great. I remember when it came out in 2016, and, it is what it is. It's Maroon, it's Maroon 5's new phase. It's not the best, that's kind of how I saw it. And Cold is the same way, with featured with the group Future and all that. Or he could just, I think he's just a rapper. I don't know. But that's the thing. It's just like all these rappers or all these groups that they're collaborating with. It's like I don't even know at this point. Now, like I said, I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't a huge fan of the 2010s music. I didn't listen to that much, and I still am not as big of a fan of the new music out there. And I don't really get any of the I don't know the specific new artists. I just am figuring out from word to mouth. And all that. But I don't. I think it's like at this point, it's like they're just like they it's like they've lost their peak. It's like their original stuff is dead, and it's like it's showing you that it's like, yeah, they're not who they once were, and that Maroon 5 is gone, and it's just this is just the same. And I think the thing what I liked about Maroon 5 was I felt it was different than other stuff you heard in the radio. But then once you hear this album, it's like they're the same as everything else. It's just another cookie cutter. It's just another cookie cutter songs. And Cold is another song that's like that as well on there too. That represents that. So yeah, that's what I have to say about Red Pill Blues. And so for my final thoughts, it's very overproduced. The songs aren't memorable, and all that. It doesn't feel like an album; it just feels like a mix of songs. I mean, it tells you that like one song was released a year before. It's like they don't even care anymore. They're just filling out a record contract obligation and all that stuff to release an album. It doesn't seem like there's any passion. It just seems like to work, to make money. That's just what it seems like, no artistic freedom, or there is artistic freedom, just nothing that's just like, that really stands out, I feel, and all that. So, of course, this gets a Simon Cowell for me.
No.
So that's it for, this review. We have only one more, Maroon 5 album to review. Is it gonna be good? Is it gonna be as bad as Red Pill Blues? I guess we'll have to find out.